whenever you feel like giving up is a little clue to know that when you're going to succeed, right? Whenever you're going to give up, just know that at that point, I will succeed. Because I promise you, if you go out of your comfort zone, that's when you get a lot of results in your life.
Some people are very scared to move out of their comfort zone because they feel a kind of certain in their and happy in their misery, but very scared to move to something that can give them opportunities. Any tips on that?
Here's the thing, right? If you don't take risks now, you'll be forced to take risks when you're older. And when I look at this room, you all look pretty young, right? So you've got time.
Is that a compliment?
Or maybe just people in Albania, they look like super young. It's like Chinese people, they go, John, how old are you? I tell them, they go, you're not that old.
We have something in common,
yeah.
Chinese and Albanians.
Yeah. We look young until we're about 50, like we look like, up to like 49, we look like really young. And then when we turn 50, we look like... It's true, right? So just, look, you will be scared. I was saying to someone outside, there's really five things that if you want to succeed, put yourself in the right environment. Your environment will dictate where you'll be in the future. So all of you right now, you're in the right environment. You're with Mirela and the Global Woman team, and that's a great support group. So if you have an opportunity to join that, be a part of it, right? You're going to have a coach that's going to push you to do things. Because left to your own devices, you won't do anything. You make up excuses, like when I get up in the morning sometimes, I say this, I go, oh, my alarm goes off, that's like, oh, okay, I'll get up in a second. Snooze. And then 5 minutes later, okay, right, I'll definitely get up in a second. And I warm up like this. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh, but it's really cold outside. I can hear the rain. Oh, I've got to drive all the way, it's dark. And anyway, you went to the gym yesterday. So this is a little voice, but you got to shut it up straight away. That's why you need a coach to push you. Then you need a mentor to give you strategy. Because if you don't know what to do, someone's got to give you say, I want to achieve this, and okay, you need someone who's achieved more than what you have to say, this is what you need to do. Then you need to take massive action. Because without action, the difference between successful people and people who are not successful is the speed of implementation. It's how fast you implement something. And the last one, this is the most, if you learn anything, you take anything away from today, is consistency, right? You become consistent in what you do. It doesn't matter how big or small, you just do a little bit every single day. I get some people who want to lose weight, they're overweight. So they go, John, I want to lose weight. You know what they do? They go to the gym for 5 hours. It's better to go to the gym for 20 minutes every day for 6 months, right? That's consistency. Little steps create big steps. Big steps creates the results that you want to get to.
Also, I have seen your video, 7 Habits of Millionaires, Self-Made Millionaires, has been going viral.
Yeah.
So, is this only 7 steps or any?
No, it's 10 steps.
Oh, sorry, yes, 10
habits.
steps. 10 habits.
Yeah.
But is any secrets? So I think there are more than 10. Probably. We want you to share a habit that you haven't shared it to anybody.
Okay. Let me share with you what I shared with my billionaire friend yesterday, right? And it's interesting because when you saw us two, you put us both together, and it was amazing how much similarities there were in mindset. And this is probably the only guy I know who puts on an event for 2,000 people for his own staff. Not for participants, for his own staff. So, one thing we have in common, and I guess one of the biggest secrets is, and it's not really a secret because you all know this, right? Is to invest in yourself. Always, and even till the day, right? He's gone on all these Tony Robbins seminars, and I've been on all these Tony Robbins seminars, and every single day he showed me his phone, all his history of everything he was watching every day.
It's always about the only
right?
person in this country that knows what is this, Vasil Nachi, you know him.
Right, so, and he was showing me all this history of all the videos that he was watching. Actually, one of the videos was my videos as well, which is amazing. And so, the secret, if you want to succeed, you must constantly work on your brain. You must feed your brain with positivity, with knowledge, and the reason why that is, in our brain we have something called dopamine. Dopamine is a release of chemical in our brain which makes us feel happy, which makes us feel like wow. And a constant injection, a little bit every day of positivity with new insights will open up your mind. Like students that work with me, you meet them after a year, they're a completely different person. Not because I teach them how to make a lot of money, because a lot of people say to me, John, teach me the one secret that's going to make me rich. And I said, that's the wrong question. The question you should be asking is, and the real question is, who do you have to become to get what you want? I say life is like a little glass, little glass, right? If I take a big jug of water and pour it into a glass, I keep pouring, what's going to happen to the glass? It's going to overfill. If I carry on pouring, what's going to happen? Overflow. So you have to grow yourself first. And when I was speaking to Sula yesterday, this is the both mindsets we have. That's what we are constantly improving ourselves. Constantly, every single day. When I'm at the gym, I don't listen to music, I listen to audiobooks. Right? I listen to them 3 times as fast so I can read them 3 times as fast. So instead of doing 5 books a month, I can do 30 books a month. I'm always feeding my mind. Warren Buffett spends 5 hours a day reading. 5 hours a day. And you know, I guess I should put this into the video, like the 11th secret, right? Is yourself. Every single day, read, be around mentors. If your peer group of people are not like you know what? Change your peer group. Right? If you just do that, there's a book called Think and Grow Rich, right? Your power of your mastermind. Create your own mastermind. And we were talking about this yesterday with Marcel. We said, like, maybe sometime next year we're going to go somewhere. We're just going to spend a week round table with all the multimillionaires and billionaires, and we're just going to mastermind, right? And that's how you share ideas. That's how you get yourself to the next level. You want to be better at what you do? Play a game with someone who's better than you. Anyone here play badminton? Badminton? You play badminton? My badminton opponent is Elizabeth Khan, Commonwealth medalist. She kills me every time. Right? So you got to play a game with someone who's better than you. Otherwise, you'll never improve. And I guess that is my biggest secret. That's what I do every single day. My phone is full. Like when I go on the plane, I would have a playlist of videos I'll be watching to feed my brain. Right? We feed our brain with positivity, right? With strategy, with emotion, with our why. And every single day it will ripple into your life.
Well, I think all your answers somehow gave them an idea about how to get the motivation, because that was the topic of yesterday. Yeah. Everybody was asking, how can I get more motivation? Where can I find my inspiration? How can I get it going on? Because some people, they get a motivation today from your speech and get inspired. It keeps them for a couple of days and then they go to their zone.
Yeah.
So, anything to add on that?
Yeah.
Because everything you said makes sense on this topic, but...
Okay, one thing I'm going to give you now that's going to change your life. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, forget about motivation. It doesn't exist. Motivation is bullshit, seriously. It's like, yeah, I'm fired up, look. You want to change the word from motivation to purpose. Someone asked me a question out there, said, John, you're so rich, you got all this money, what do you do with it? I said, the reason why I want to be a billionaire is because I have more money to follow through on my mission. I can build more schools, I can give back, I can spend more money on advertising, I can hire the best people, I can make a bigger impact. That's my purpose. That's why I get out and travel. I don't have to travel here. I don't have to travel around the world, but it's part of my mission. So my question to you is, my question to all of you is, what is your mission? If you and go home tonight and write it down, sit in a quiet room, no distractions, leave your phone and write in big, what is my mission? What is my purpose? When you die, and we all die, I know it's a bit morbid, but what would you want to have left behind? What legacy? For me, my books, my seminars, my training, that's the methodology I want to leave to my kids, and my kids' kids, for generations to come. Right? So that's my mission, my purpose. So what is your purpose? What is your mission? And if you can answer that question, you won't have to be motivated. You'll wake up every day, you'll know exactly what to do. The fog will clear, you'll see the path, and you'll just go in that direction. And if you can do that, I promise you, I guarantee if you do that, you will succeed.
Yeah. Do we have more time for one more question?
Last one.
Because I know I have been doing this conversation with many women, and you know what is the next question that comes up after I speak about all this life purpose? How can I find it? So the idea is that some people, they just don't know where to seek for this life purpose and how to find it.
All right. It's really simple. You want to know a really quick way to do it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ask yourself this question. If I didn't have to work now, what would I be doing? If you had £1 billion in the bank, what would you be doing right now? Think about it. If you could not fail, what would you do? You see, here's the thing, when we're kids, we have dreams. As we grow up, people tell us, stop dreaming. Alright? Your mission is your dream on things that you want to do. For some people, I want to be a singer. Right? They're a banker. I got a student in Cyprus. She gets paid a lot of money, but her passion, her purpose, she loves to make dolls. I said, why? He said, because when people look at my dolls, they feel inspired. So, there's a gut feeling that you will know. There's two voices in our head. We have a voice here that keeps talking us out of things, and we have a gut feeling where we know it's the right decision, but we listen to this instead of this. So if you want to find your mission, your purpose, it's very simple. You just need to ask yourself the question, if I was a multi-billionaire right now, I had all the money in the world, I didn't have to work, what would I do? And I guarantee most of you will not be sat at home watching Netflix. You'll be going out making a bigger difference.
Or digital.
Right? Or here's another question. When you die, what would you love to have left behind? What message would you leave? What message would you give to the 10-year-old you? If you can go back to when you were 10 years old, back in time, and say, hey, little John Lee, here's my advice for you. What advice would you give to yourself? That advice you give to the 10-year-old you is what you should be doing right now. But most of you don't do it because you're too scared. You're too fearful. You're scared of what if I succeed and then everybody hates me? What if I fail and then everyone points the finger and say, hey, I told you so. F that. Right? Don't even care about that. Don't even care what people think. You do what you want to do. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. You know, one time my business partner said to me, I said, oh, but I'm not sure if I should do this because my friend thinks this and this and this. You know what he said to me? He said, John, tigers are not concerned of the opinion of sheep. Tigers are not concerned of the opinion of sheep. And you are not a sheep, you're a freaking dragon.
Wow, this is such a high quality content. It's really amazing. One more, the final one.
I'm gonna miss my point. I think she's secretly trying to keep me here.
Because you
last one I have to go, literally. I have to go.
Yeah, I will let you go. Just 1 minute answer.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
I have heard a lot about this thing, use other people's money.
Yeah.
So I know you do have a great experience from your students as well.
Yeah.
The way you started. If these women don't have money, how can they use other people's money?
Okay, really simple. There's never a lack of money, there's only a lack of creativity. Right? I'll tell you a very quick story and then I really have to go, right? Okay, really quick story in about 2 minutes. When I first started property, I came to an event just like this, and the speaker on stage said, if you want to find good deals, you need to speak to people. So the lady sat next to me, her name was Julia McDade. I said, Julia, do you have any deals? And she said, no, but if I get one, I'll call you. 2 weeks later, I get a phone call. John, I've got a deal in your area. I said, where is it? And she told me. I said, how much is it? She said, the property's worth £185,000. I said, okay, how much can I buy it for? And she said, $85,000. So it's worth $185,000, I can buy it for $80,000. That's almost 50% discount. I said to her, you know what, Julia, I'll take it. But in my mind, I knew I didn't have the money. As an entrepreneur, you gotta say yes and figure out how to do it. So I joined a networking event just like this of investors, and I went to every single person, do you have 85,000? Do you have 85,000? Do you have 85,000? All of them said no.
Oh.
And I said, well, this is supposed to be an event where people got money to invest. And so my mentor said to me, I said, it's not working. He said, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I said, okay, well, how much? He said, John, tell me how you're pitching. I said, have you got 85,000? He said, John, if someone asked you that question, what would you say? I'd say no. And he said, exactly. You're doing it the wrong way. You need to ask people what's in it for them. I said, well, how do I do that? He said, and then he taught me how to do it, and then I went to the person and said, hey, I've got a deal. It's worth 185,000, but I'm buying it for 85,000. How would you like to have a part of that deal? Yes. So I started going to everybody. And what I realized is not who you know, it's who knows you. So I met a lady called Karen. She said, I don't have the money, but I know somebody who does. And she put me in touch with a lady called Shirley Wheeler. She's a multi-millionaire. And I sat down with her and I said, Shirley, I need £85,000 because I want to buy this property. And she said, okay, well, how many deals have you done? I haven't done any deals before. No deals, one of my first deals. And so I didn't know what to say, so I said, Shirley, can I get you a drink? Yeah, sure. I went to the bar, I called my mentor. I said, she just asked me the question, how many deals have you done? And she said, John, do you know why she asked you that question? I said, no. He says, because she's scared you're going to lose the money. So you need to ask her what she wants as security. So I put the phone down, I bring the drinks back, and I sit down with her, and I say, Shirley, to answer your question about how many deals have I done, I'm going to be very frank, it's my first deal. But that's not really your question. Really your question is, if you give me the money, how secure is it going to be, right? Yes. So then I asked her, how would you like security? She said, well, John, if I give you the money, I want security on the property. I said, okay, I can give you that. So to cut a long story short, she gave me £85,000. I stood for 2% of her money secured on the property. I bought the property, and in 2 months I sold it for 108. So she gave me 85,000, and I sold it for 185,000. The 100 grand that I got back, I paid her money back and interest, and that 100 grand capital is what started my journey as an entrepreneur.
Yes, oh my God.